Okay, the speed reading book by Tony Buzan. Division 2. Your Amazing Eyes. Number 5, starting from page 61. Ideal external and internal environmental speed reading conditions. Preview. Creating the best external conditions, avoiding internal interference. Summary. High IQ action points. Chapter 5 looks at ways in which we can increase our reading speed and comprehension by creating the right external conditions, paying attention to factors such as posture and lighting. This chapter also discusses how to avoid internal interference caused by problems like anxiety and ill health. A positive internal environment will interact synergistically. 1 plus 1 equals to 2, 3, 5 plus with a positive external environment to create even more positive effects. A negative internal environment will similarly react synergistically with a negative external environment to create even more negative effects. It is essential to understand this principle and to apply the first of the two formula, creating the best external conditions, placement, and intensity of light. The best light to study under is daylight, so where possible, your desk or reading platform should be placed near a window. If this is not possible at times of day when it is too dim, light should come over your shoulder opposite the hand with which you write. To avoid glare and shadow, see figure 5 above, which is the diagram showing the best posture and correct positions of light source for reading, which is in the left side above your head. If they are not positioned properly, the light should be bright enough to illuminate adequately the material being read and should not be so bright as to form a great contrast with the rest of the room. In other words, it's not advisable to huddle up to a bright lamp which beams directly onto the book. In addition to the desk lamp, it is best to have balanced general illumination. Availability of materials so that your brain can settle in comfortably. Your study environment should have all the materials you need conveniently placed and easily accessible. Not only will this improve your concentration and comprehension, it will also be a psychological boost. Knowing that your materials are pleasingly and functionally placed increases your environment of the task at hand and makes it easier for you to perform it. Physical comfort. Do not make yourself too comfortable. Many people look for the most comfortable and inviting easy chair in the house. Pad it even further with soft cushions. Place a footrest in front of it so that they can stretch out more comfortably. Prepare a hot drink or open a couple of cans of beer and then settle down to 2 hours of intensive work only to find 2 hours later that they have been dozing throughout. Ideally, your chair should be neither too hard nor too soft. Should have a straight back. A sloping one causes bad posture and back strain that makes proper note-taking uncomfortable and should in general make you neither too relaxed nor too tense. The chair should support you and encourage good posture. Height of chair and desk. The height of both your chair and your desk are important. The chair should be high enough to allow your thighs to be parallel with the floor or slightly raised from parallel. This will ensure that the main pressure for seating is taken by the main sitting bones at the base of the hips. Sometimes a small stool or telephone directory can help to raise the feet to a comfortable level. A common desk height is 73 to 81 centimeters, 29 to 32 inches, and on average the desk should be approximately 20 centimeters, which is 8 inches, above the seat of the chair. Distance of the eyes from the reading material. The distance of the eyes from the reading material should be approximately 50 centimeters, 20 inches, and natural distance if one sits as described above. Keeping the reading material this far away makes it much easier for the eyes to focus on groups of words. See the discussion of peripheral vision on page 87. It also considerably lessens eye strain and the possibility of headaches from reading. To prove this for yourself, try looking at your forefinger when it is almost touching your nose and then look at your whole hand when it is about 46 centimeters, 18 inches away from you. You will notice a real physical strain in the former and a considerable easing of that strain in the latter, even though you are taking in more. Posture. Ideally, both your feet should be flat on the floor, your back should be upright, and you should aim to gently lengthen your musculature. The slight curves in your back gives you essential support. If you try to sit up so that your back is too straight to try to flatten these curves, you will end up feeling exhausted. If you are sitting on a chair or stool and are reading rather than writing, you may find it more comfortable to hold the book in your hands. Alternatively, if you do prefer to lean a few degrees forward over a desk or table, try resting the book on something so that it is a slight angle. Above all, make sure that you are sitting on a firm base. Anything soft or too comfortable, like a cushion which gives away, will ultimately send you to sleep. Sitting in the correct position for reading means that 1. Your brain receives the maximum flow of air and blood when the upper spine and especially the neck are bent into a curve. Both your windpipe and the main arteries and veins in your neck are constricted. When you sit up straight, the flow opens and your brain can operate at peak efficiency. 2. The flow of electrical energy up your spinal column will maximize the power of your brain. Adopting an upright stance while maintaining the slight natural curves in the spine has been proven to give the spinal column more power and springiness. Lower back pain and shoulder aches are also reduced by upright posture. When your body is alert, your brain is alert. When your body is erect, your brain knows that something important is happening. When your body is bent forward or slumped over, it is telling your brain through the inner ear and the balance mechanisms that it is time for sleep, especially when your head is tilted too far from the vertical. Your eyes can make full use of both your central and peripheral vision. They should be at least 50 centimeters, 20 inches from the written material. The height of your chair and desk, the distance of your eyes from the reading material, your physical comfort, and your posture are all intimately interlinked. Figure 5 on page 62 shows an ideal situation. Environment. Your environment will affect your achievements. The place in which you should read should be light, spacious, pleasing to the eye, well organized for reading purposes, decorated to your taste, and a place to which you would want to go even when you are not reading. Because reading, learning, and studying have for so long been associated with hard work and punishment, many people make their study area bare, dull, and dimly lit, and furnish it with the poorest quality desk and chair. Don't make your study environment into a prison cell, make it a paradise. If you doubt the importance of this, consider how you feel inside internal environment when a special friend greets you warmly and invites you into a delightfully prepared room. External environment, that is the feeling you need to create for and in yourself as you think about the place where you go to read or study. It should invite and welcome you. Avoiding internal interference. Timing. This often makes the difference between completely understanding what you read and completely failing to understand it. Because of habits formed at school, many people have never tried to find the times of day at which they do their best reading or learning. It is vital to experiment with reading at different times, for we all have different peaks and slumps in this regard. Some people find that they study best when between 5 and 9 in the morning, others find they can study only at night, and still others that periods in the late morning or early afternoon are best. If you suspect that bad timing may be the cause of your inability to concentrate and comprehend, experiment soon as possible. Interruptions. Just as unknown words are difficult concepts break the flow of concentration and understanding, so do telephone calls. Unnecessary breaks, loud noises, and lesser diversions like transistor, radios, doodle pads, and other items of fidgety interest and often litter a desk and your airspace. Similarly, your own internal environment can distract you. If you are worrying about your personal problems, or you are in some form of physical or mental discomfort, or generally off color, concentration and comprehension can be significantly reduced. Note that if your posture is correct, your breathing will be deep and relaxed, which will in turn make you feel more relaxed. The solution is to make your study environment sacrosanct, and to arrange it so that it supports you. Little things such as putting the phone on an answering service, having a humorous sign on the door requesting no interruptions, possibly selecting appropriate music, and getting rid of unnecessary distractions will all help. Also, try to make sure that your general life is more in order and your reading, learning, understanding, and memory will all improve. For more information on creating a good study environment, see page 60. Health problems. If you are going to undertake an extensive reading or studying program, you should do everything possible to make sure that your physical resources are adequate to the task. Even such minor illnesses as colds and headaches will make a big difference to your intellectual performance. If you have such symptoms semi-chronically, ask your doctor or health expert for advice. It is particularly useful in conjunction with medical advice or to start a gentle and consistent exercise program. See Buzan's Book of Geniuses. Summary. Your environment is a major factor in improving or reducing your reading speed and comprehension. It is essential to make sure that every aspect of your environment, both external and internal, is structured to maximize mental performance. High IQ action points. 1. Pay immediate attention to your external conditions, especially the lighting, the position of your desk and reading materials, and your posture. Experiment to find the best time of day for you to read and learn well. Make sure that your internal environment is calm, peaceful, alert, and conducive to study. Onward. Having learned how your eyes work and found out how to improve the environment in which they work so that they can work even better, you are now ready to take the next major step forward, doubling what you have already accomplished by means of a revolutionary new reading technique. Page 66, done.